Hello, welcome to this quick tutorial on inserting a chart. So this is for activity 4.1. So if you notice, after you get done with the first page, you're setting up your experiment, you're gathering data, but then when you get to number 3, it says use the results from your data table above to create a Google chart. Now, normally we would call it a graph, but in Google spreadsheets, they call it a chart. So we're really inserting a chart here, but it's a graph. Now, you're going to record your information in the spreadsheet. So you're going to take the information you found right here. It's the average washers or the average newtons for 1 washer, 2 washers, and 4 washers. And you're going to put this into Google spreadsheet, this information, this data, and you're going to create a chart. And then you're going to make a copy of that chart and you're going to put it back into this Google document. So you're going to create a line chart. And I'll show you how to do this using your data. Label the dependent and independent variables. Then you're going to have to predict. So if you look up here, there's 1 washer, 2 washers. There's no 3. Well, that's because we want you to make a prediction what 3 will be. And you're actually going to make that prediction and put that into your chart. So what we've done down here is we've actually created a sample chart for you. So it's right here. See sample spreadsheet below. So what I want you to do is open up another tab, open up Google Spreadsheets or Google Sheets. And what I want you to do is type in this information, washer 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and average newtons. And I think I made mine a size 14 font and I bolded it, so it's just a little bit easier to see. Then what I like you to do is put in your data. So I'm just going to make up some data. I'm going to go 10, I'm going to go 20, and I'm going to go 40. Now you have to make a prediction. What do you think 3 is going to be? Now there's a little bit of a clue here. It says predict the average newtons for 3 washers. If you are correct, your line chart should produce a straight line. In other words, it's going to be linear. So I got 10, 20, so this has got to be 30. And it didn't say, but I also want you to put a 0 in there. And if there's 0 washers on a spring scale, it should be 0 newtons. So I'm going to put 0 here. Now, to create a chart, I'm just going to highlight that. I'm going to go over here where it says Insert Chart. It's like a little box with 3 lines in it. And I'm going to click on it. This pops up. Now, you're supposed to do a line chart. So I'm just going to move this whole thing over a little bit. And so it says Column Chart. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click Line. So here it is. Now, it forms one solid line. That's how I know I'm correct. If I did it wrong and it didn't turn out this way, this would not be straight. Now the next thing we have to do is we have to insert the independent variable, dependent variable. So we have the washers and we have the average newtons. So which one do you think is the independent variable? Which one do you think is a dependent variable? Now remember, the dependent variable depends on the independent variable. So it will change if the independent variable changes. So what changes? If you said the number of washers, you're correct. So I'm going to double click on this and I'm going to click on washers. I'm going to get this to be highlighted in blue. So then over here, I'm just going to type in, I'm going to put it in parentheses, independent variables, IV. If you just want to put a dash IV, that's fine. So now you notice it appears right here. So I'm going to do the same to the average newtons. Now this would be my dependent variable then, which makes sense because the newtons are going to change if the number of washers change. So as I changed the number of washers, the average newtons changed as well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of it. So if I click on it once more and where the 3 dots are right here, if I just go and look at it, it says copy chart. I can hit copy chart. I can go into my document and I'm just going to, I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to hit Command V. It's different on a Chromebook. Now it says it's going to link your spreadsheet or paste unlink. It really doesn't matter which one you do. If you link your spreadsheet, if someone would change the numbers on your spreadsheet, it would change here. However, we're not going to go back. We're not going to modify our data. So I'm just going to put paste unlinked. Hit paste, there it is. And when you look at it, you can hit wrap text. You can make it a lot smaller so it's not taking up such a large space, or you can keep it right where it was at and you can keep it that large. It's up to you. It doesn't really matter. So that's just a quick tutorial on how to insert or how to create and then insert a chart. Make sure you ask your teachers if you have any questions. Thanks.